Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Lee and I come from Bukit Mertajam, northern part of Peninsular Malaysia, and now I'm staying in the southern part of Peninsular Malaysia, Kluang, Johor. Okay, welcome everyone. And for this video, I'm going to give you information, I'm going to share with you the format for UASA English. Okay, Bahasa Melayu I have finished. My previous videos were about Bahasa Melayu and now English. Now you can see Bahasa Melayu, we have 4 parts. Bahagian A, bahagian B, bahagian C, bahagian D. For English, we don't use ABCD. For English, we don't use, but actually the question papers that you are getting, you will not see part A, part B, but part 1, part 2, and then right up to part 7. So that is the difference between English and Bahasa Melayu. Bahasa Melayu 4 parts, English 7 parts. That's the first thing you should know. But for Bahasa Melayu as well as English, they are both focused for both these languages. For English and Bahasa Melayu is on 2 areas, reading and writing. When we talk about reading, it means understanding. It means comprehension, comprehending. It's not reading aloud, that type of reading. Okay, it's not the reading quietly, that type of reading, but rather understanding what you read. So in English language or even in Bahasa Melayu is different. They use pemahaman. It means Bahasa Melayu uses the word understanding, which is correct. For English, we use reading. That means read, but important thing is understand. So both are, both have their own words and both are correct. Now, the English paper is actually the same. The questions and the format. Okay, questions meaning to say how they set the questions, the format as well as the level. For SK, SJKC, SJKT are the same. Meaning to say our Ministry of Education, they set the questions. So they have a question bank, like when you get money in the bank. Here you get questions in the bank. So we call them question banks. A question bank, where all the questions can be taken by the respective states and schools. And then from there, they set the paper. They take the questions, take, and then they set one paper of their own and give it to the students as the end of the year exam, which we call UASA. Okay, so that is it is different from UPSR because UPSR is nationwide. The whole country sits for one paper. Whereas UASA, or we call it UASA, you will see that the questions are not the same, but then the standard is the same. The level is the same. The question format is the same. How they set the questions is the same. That is the difference. Another thing is, we know that for Bahasa Melayu, all students sit for the same level, which is English, Bahasa Melayu as the first language. This is in preparation for students to enter secondary school. For English, it is the same. Whether you are SJKC, SJKT or SK, the questions are the same level, same standard, taken from the same source, Ministry of Education. The questions are the same. The format and the way the questions are set are the same. But then, English for all 3 streams, SJKC, SK and SJKT. For all these 3 systems and streams, English is the second language. For SK, for SJKC, for SJKT. For Bahasa Melayu, SJKC, SK, SJKT, first level, first language, I would say. Okay, so English all are the same as the second language. Alright, now let me go to this part here. You know that the English paper as well as the Bahasa Melayu paper, we focus on reading and writing. So English paper, 50 marks as the full marks. You are given 1 hour and 15 minutes, same as Bahasa Melayu, to finish all these 7 parts. Part 1 now. Now part 1, 5 marks are allocated and 5 questions are given. Meaning to say, 1 question correct, you get 1 mark. And it's all on short text. It means you'll see boxes. They draw boxes, just a few sentences, and there are text inside. Text means words inside. For example, it could be a message. A message from son to mother, for example, dear mom, I'll be late home today because I have to stay back in school for co-curricular activities. Okay? Then the question will be the question may ask, why did, example, Alex, why did Alex write a message to his mother? Okay? Or it could be a notice. So, notice. All members of the Red Crescent Society must attend a meeting in which classroom or in the school hall on what day and at what time. Attendance is compulsory, for example. Now the question, which example, which club or which society will be having a meeting on this day and at this time, example, then you choose the answer. It could be an email. Maybe your cousin or your friend sends or one person sent to another person. The email maybe is about a camping trip or a school exam, and then the question will be asked based on the email. Part 2. Part 2 is the same, MCQ, multiple choice questions, ABC. You are given a choice. There are 4 questions altogether, and it is actually a closed text. What is a closed text? A closed text is a paragraph or a short, it could be a short story or an article. And then you are given blanks, 4 blanks. And then you have to choose the correct answer which can fit into the blank correctly. And it is based on lexicographer. So what is lexicographer? Lexico means vocabulary. Grammar, you know. So it means to say, the 4 questions are not all on grammar. 1 or 2 questions would be on vocabulary. Okay? Words that are more difficult. Vocabulary, like I'm sure you know about common nouns, the difficult words. Or it could be simple words, but then vocabulary means word. Part 3, 5 marks, 5 questions. Again, it is MCQ. And this is comprehension. So comprehension, everyone knows. Okay, read carefully and then answer the questions. When you answer the question, it is MCQ, multiple choice questions, is ABC. You can choose the correct answer. So look at the question, find the answer. And the answer, you can get it in the passage, or, it could be a passage. Usually they will say read the passage. So the passage could be a story. It could be, a factual essay, and then you have to answer the question, or an article. And then part 4, 6 marks are given, 6 questions. So each question you have 1 mark. Now this is called matching multiple text. You have to write the answer. It's not ABC. So you are given a table, okay? And the table could have 3. Let us say on the left hand side example, it's a table A, B, C. Okay, big A, big B, and big C. And then next to A, It's a box like this, you see, a table. Next to A, maybe, I'm just giving you an example. Let us say about countries. So box A, it writes there Malaysia. Box B maybe is Singapore. Box C could be Thailand or Thailand. And then under the word Malaysia, maybe the theme is about fruits. I'm just giving an example. So maybe under Malaysia, which is A, there are a few sentences about the local fruits of Malaysia, like guava, watermelon, you know. Is the main story is about local fruits. And then local fruits that are grown in Singapore, local fruits that are found or grown in Thailand or Thailand. And then question, the answer. The question they ask you and the answer they want from you. Again, they draw box. They draw a box for you or a table for you. So on the left hand side, you have number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. On the right hand side, you write the answer. So they you know, in the middle, they will write, guava is especially a favorite among the locals of this country. And it is grown abundantly in this country. And then you just look at the top there. When they mention guava example, and they mention it is the local fruit which the locals love to eat. So you just write A. Okay, number 13, A. Then number 14, they will mention something again, then you see which country, A, B, or C. Is it Thailand? Is it Singapore? Or sometimes we call Thailand. So you see which is the correct answer, just write A, B, or C, capital letters. What about part 5? Part 5 is word completion. Complete the word. Again, this is vocabulary. And this is actually dictionary style, whereby they will write one explanation. For example, it is an electrical equipment which, when switched on, wind is blown when switched on, wind comes out. And then they write F there, and then dash, dash. Then you write fan, so you write A, and of course it won't be so short. It's an example. A better example would be, let's say, animal. This is a wild animal which lives in the jungle and it is very fierce. Or you can say this is a wild animal and it is orange in color with stripes on its body. And then on the right hand side it writes T and then whatever. You know the answer is a tiger, right? So T and then 4 dash. Then you fill in I-G-E-R. I-G-E-R, yes, 4 alphabets. Then the answer is tiger. So this part 3 is I would say is dictionary. Is explaining to you about, could be an animal, could be whatever, could be an action, could be a thing, could be, you know, just whatever is a vocabulary word. And then they give you one letter and then they draw the number. So you have to, you have to know how do you spell this word. So it could be tiger like just now. So you know that tiger is T-I-G-E-R. And then T is given, so therefore I just write I-G-E-R, complete. I complete the word. So this part is called word completion. And then part 6, 10 marks, 1 question. That means you are not given a chance to choose. You have to write. Okay? And this question, this part, we call it a guided writing part. Guided writing means to say, they give you some questions to assist you in writing. So for example, you want to go camping with a friend, and then the question would be, the location, where do you want to visit? With whom are you going? And why do you want to go, for example, or reasons for going? So this is called guided. That means, there are questions which you can answer as you write. So usually, not usually, this question is on a short communicative message. Is normally writing either an email or a message, either you to the opposite, the reader, or the reader to you. And 30 to 50 words, so it's rather short. So they will give you the question, they will write down, the purpose of the email or the message. They guide you by giving you questions, and then you look at the questions, then you can write your own email or your own message based on the questions given. That is why we call it guided. Guided means they say they give you some hints. They guide you how to do it. Okay, they lead you towards the proper message. Part 7. Part 7, 15 marks. It is called a longer communicative message. One question as well. So no choice is given. You have to write 60 to 80 words. For this one, it's not guided, so you have to write by yourself. So usually, not usually, one of the questions would be, for example, they give you a page of pictures. So there could be some words as well, maybe a funfair. Okay, then the question is write a message or write an email to your friend telling him that you want to go to this funfair. Okay, and then you must tell your friend why you want to go to this funfair. So you have to be smart. You have to be creative by imagining, or you have to create some ideas that are persuasive. What are the special features of this funfair? Why is it so attractive to you? And then after that, you invite your friend, him or her, to join you, to go together with you to this funfair, for example, or to a museum, or to an event. The poster could be an event, like an exhibition, or like event could be a concert. All right, it could be a fair, a food fair, or a book fair. It could be anything. Okay, but the way you write is still the same. All right, you have to mention why you want to go. So you have to start, you have to tell, not start, but you have to let your friend or your relative, your cousin know what is the function, what is the place that you want to go, or the event that you want to go. Then you have to be creative, you have to imagine what are the special features. Maybe most of the time we can get from the picture itself, like maybe it's a circus, and they'll be drawing tanks, clowns, and then you actually don't even have to imagine. Look at the picture. You can see clowns over there. Then you can see magic show. So you can just pick 2 or 3 and then tell your friend or your cousin why it is so interesting. What attracts you there? Persuasive. Okay, be persuasive. And then finally, you invite him or her to go with you. Alright, so I have already shared with you all the 7 parts, the format of UASA English, which all students in school who are who at the end of the year, in year 5 and year 6, have to do and have to know. I've already mentioned everything. Now just bear in mind that you have to allocate your time properly. You can see that, just look here, you will know. Part 6 and part 7, 25 marks. Full marks is 50. That means part 1 to part 5 is 25 marks. What does this tell you? It tells you that this paper, reading and writing, carry the same weightage. They are the same. None is more important. You can't say reading is more important than writing. Both 25 marks, 25 marks. So do not miss any part. So time management is important. You have 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete. So to manage your time. You don't have a situation where you spend so much time in the first 5 parts, leaving you absolutely no time or very little time to do these two, because these two carry 25 marks. So a student, let us say I am the student, I were the student, I use 1 hour or 40 minutes to do part 1 to part 5. And then part 6 and part 7, I hardly have time to write, or I use up all my time, 1 hour 15 minutes. Now, what happens? Number 1, I cannot get full marks. It is very difficult, 5 parts a person can get full marks. It is possible but difficult. So let us say a student gets full marks, 25 marks. It is still 25 marks. Because the other 25 marks belongs to writing. That is why you need to pay attention to the time. Time is a factor. You have to ensure that you have enough time to do these two. Okay? So do not spend too much time on part 1 to part 5 simply because they are multiple choice questions you can choose. Not like this. Another mistake is because it is multiple choice question, ABC, just you have to look carefully. Some questions can be tricky. Okay? Some questions really need you to read and understand because it's reading. So part 1 to part 5, I would say that it is focused on reading. Part 6 and part 7, the focus is on writing. So they want you to be balanced. They want you to pay emphasis on both and be good in both. So when you are practicing, you must make sure that you complete the whole set each time so that you won't be good in one area and poor in the other. Okay? So I've already finished sharing. Not much to talk anyway, just the format. I'm sure you understand. So my next video, I will follow like what I did for Bahasa Melayu, whereby for each part, I will, probably go through with you. I'll give examples to you. Okay? But for English, I won't be doing as many videos as Bahasa Melayu because if you had watched my Bahasa Melayu videos, the second last video was about the problems faced by SJKC, SJKT students. Okay? And the last one was how to solve the problem. For English, it's the same. Okay? So I will not repeat anymore because it's the same. The problems that the students face and how to solve the problems are the same. Okay? So you will see that for English UASA, I will have less videos posted or uploaded, and I will carry on to UASA secondary school. Okay, for UASA primary school, I only do 2 subjects, English, Bahasa Melayu. Okay, so that's all for this time. I'll see you again in my next video. Okay.